LLCs and corporations are two of the most popular business structures, but they serve different purposes. Choosing the right one depends on factors like liability protection, taxes, and ownership flexibility. An LLC, limited liability company, is a business structure that combines the liability protection of a corporation with the flexibility of a sole proprietorship or partnership. Owners of an LLC, called members, are not personally responsible for business debts. LLCs are easy to set up, have fewer regulations, and allow profits to pass through to the owner's personal tax returns, avoiding double taxation. However, LLCs have limitations, such as difficulty in raising investment capital since they can't issue stock like a corporation. A corporation, on the other hand, is a separate legal entity from its owners, meaning it has its own rights and responsibilities. Corporations can issue stock, making it easier to attract investors. They also provide strong liability protection, ensuring that shareholders aren't personally responsible for company debts. However, corporations face more regulations and often deal with double taxation, where profits are taxed at both the corporate and shareholder levels. There are two main types: C corporations C Corp and S corporations S Corp, with S Corp offering pass-through taxation to avoid double taxation but having restrictions on ownership. Now, let's compare them side by side. First, liability protection. Both LLCs and corporations protect owners from personal liability, meaning their personal assets are safe if the business faces lawsuits or debt. In this category, it's a tie. Next, let's talk about taxation. LLCs offer pass-through taxation, where profits go directly to the owners and are only taxed once. Standard C corporations, however, face double taxation, where profits are taxed at both the corporate level and again when distributed as dividends. If minimizing taxes is important, LLCs are the better choice. However, S corporations offer a middle ground by allowing pass-through taxation while still being a corporation. What about complexity and cost? LLCs are easier and cheaper to set up, with fewer reporting requirements. Corporations have stricter regulations, require more paperwork, and must follow formal structures like a board of directors and shareholder meetings. If simplicity is the goal, LLCs win. Now, let's consider raising capital. Corporations can issue stock, making it easier to attract investors and grow. LLCs can't issue stock and may struggle to raise large amounts of investment. If securing investors is a priority, corporations are the better choice. Finally, let's talk about ownership flexibility. LLCs allow for flexible management and profit distribution, while corporations have a more rigid structure with set roles for shareholders, directors, and officers. If you want flexibility in how profits are divided and the business is run, LLCs are better. So which one is the better choice? If you want a simple, tax-efficient structure with less paperwork and more flexibility, an LLC is the best option. But if you plan to raise investment capital and grow a large company, a corporation is the smarter choice. The best option depends on business goals and long-term plans.